As summer holidays have now begun and everyone is spending more time together as a family, I thought this would be a good time to make a video on my recommendations for the top 5 historical movies for kids and the entire family. These are some great classic and new films in which children can learn a lot about history and other cultures, but are also films which parents and adults will enjoy as well. As these movies all have intriguing plots and fascinating characters the whole family will relate to and appreciate. So grab the popcorn and the drinks and get ready for an evening of fun and entertainment for yourself and the little ones. At number 5, we have the 1998 animated film The Prince of Egypt, which is an adaptation of the book of Exodus and follows the life of Moses from being a prince of Egypt to his ultimate destiny of leading the children of Israel out of Egypt. It's a good film to introduce children to ancient Egyptian culture and some biblical history as well, as some of the key events in this film are based around the trials of God and the many miracles performed by Moses to save good-hearted people. The Prince of Egypt follows the story of Moses from his infancy as an abandoned child to his eventual role as the messenger of God, but also displays a parallel story about Ramses, the pharaoh of Egypt, and his role within Egyptian society and culture, and the immense power that he wields. This film has a great storyline, interesting characters, and some great lessons for kids to learn, while simultaneously entertaining adults as well. So if you're looking for a film in an ancient Egyptian historical backdrop which will entertain you, the kids, and even your grandparents, then this is my recommendation for you. At number 4, we have The Prince and the Pauper, the 2000 adaptation of the classic Mark Twain novel of the same name, which sees a lowly pauper switch places with the prince of whom he is an exact look-alike of. Since Tom is sick of his life as a peasant and always being poor and hungry, he happily agrees to swap with Edward, who is fed up of the restrictions and responsibilities placed upon a prince. This film does a great job of depicting how difficult life was for the poor in medieval England and the different struggles they had to endure each day just to survive. But alternatively, it also shows how the life of the royals is not all glitz and glamour, but that the rich had different but very real problems as well. The reason I feel like this film will be a good watch for young children is because the two primary characters in the film are young kids as well, and children will be able to relate well to both Tom and Edward VI. But the film is also funny, fast-paced, and lighthearted, which means that it will be a fun watch for the kids but an intriguing and interesting watch for adults. If you're looking for a trip back to medieval England with the whole family, then this film would be a great place to start that adventure. At number 3, we have Pocahontas, a Disney animated film which will take viewers to the New World and give us a simplified look into Native American culture, religion, and traditions, but also gives us a glimpse into early European explorers' viewpoints of the newfound lands. This is a great film to introduce children to the beauty of nature, importance of the environment, and how the Native Americans of the time were aware of this important connection between nature and man and evolved their whole culture around this bond. Pocahontas is a film based off a true Native American woman named Pocahontas, whose life follows some elements mentioned in the film, but is an overall dark and depressing tale which is best for adults to further research, but best avoided by kids. However, this Disney classic film is able to keep the film fun and lighthearted with great voice acting and songs throughout. The movie also does a fair job of demonstrating how damaging the European explorers were to the life of the Native Americans already residing in these lands. This film is fun, exciting, and very colorful, which makes it a perfect watch for children, but also has a strong message about the environment and nature which will resonate with adults and young alike. The second spot on this list goes to one of my favorite Disney films of all time, Mulan, which tells the story of a woman who disguises herself as a man and joins the army in her father's place, and eventually works her way up to a position of respect and honor in a world dominated by men. This film introduces audiences to Chinese culture and the different roles that were expected from men and women during this time. This film also does a horribly inaccurate job of introducing children to Mongols, but as they are the villains in this movie, they are portrayed in a method which makes them easily identifiable as the bad guys, and their motives and reasonings for attacking China are never really considered or explored. But of course, no one watches a Disney film for its historical accuracy. We watch Disney because we want a film with catchy songs, a funny and intriguing storyline, and characters that we can fall in love with, and Mulan checks all these boxes, making children learn a bit about Chinese culture without even realizing it. This film is fantastic and one that I think both adults and children will enjoy, so make sure to check out Mulan as soon as you can. And there's also a live action version of Mulan coming out soon, which also looks amazing. The top spot on this list goes to a film most people will not have heard of, called called the Char Sabzade, which tells the story of Baba Ajit Singh and Baba Jujhar Singh, two young martyrs of the Sikh religion whose story is wonderfully told through this animated film in a manner which will resonate with both old and young alike. This film is unique as it is one of the few films widely available which is aimed at helping kids from all religions and backgrounds get a better understanding of the Sikh religion, its history, and the difficulties they had to endure in medieval India. This movie tells the story of the four sons of Guru Gobind Singh, who was the 10th Guru of the Sikhs, and how through their religion they developed a bond of love with God that was so strong that they became fearless and overcame Herculean obstacles with great bravery and strength, which will serve as an inspiration to all kids as they see a young 5 and 7-year-old stand by their beliefs and morals even in the face of certain death. Although this is a harrowing tale, it is beautifully told and portrayed in a way which makes the film easily accessible and enjoyable for kids, as they will immediately fall in love with the young characters in Char Sabzade and find themselves relating very quickly with the young children in the film. But it also tells a story of fighting against oppression and tyranny in a peaceful manner which will be appreciated by adults, as they will be engrossed in the film from beginning to end as well. So if you're looking to teach your kids anything about the Sikh religion or about medieval India in general, this film should be first on your list of movies for the genre. So lastly, I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed this video on the top 5 best historical movies for children, and if you found this video to be interesting or helpful, please like and share this video with others. And also don't forget to subscribe as I post lists on historical TV shows and movies on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching.